Hi guys, I'm Sean and today I am going to share with you my weight loss story. My weight loss story begins when I'm 12 years old. When I was 12, I got a physical done while I was at the Children's Hospital because of my eczema, and as the immunologist was looking at my skin and my body, she found dark patches on my arms. Now, at the time she said that the dark patches were the first signs of really early signs of diabetes. It was at this point that I weighed 120 kilos. This was the point where she sent me to the dietitian in the hospital as well. So the dietitian ordered my mother to make sure that I exercised 30 minutes a day and she controlled my food. Basically, she gave mum a food plan and mum had to cook a separate meal for me, separate from the rest of the family. So my food portions were controlled, my nutrition was controlled, and she always made sure that I exercised 30 minutes a day. Needless to say, nothing really worked. Nothing really worked until I started dancing when I was in Year 10. Year 10 I joined my high school's rock for team and dancing started happening. That's when I started becoming active. I lost 3 kilos, yay! So that brought me down to about 116 kilos. Now, here's a photo over here of what I look like at my school formal. And as you can see, I'm still quite big. 116 kilos with crazy Pokemon hair. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But, you know, at the time I thought I was cool. Clearly. What I'm wearing here, that's a size 40, I think that was a size 46 waist. And my top, I was wearing extra large at the time, and the extra large, as you can see, is quite tight. Whereas now, these days, I am down to a small top, which is quite fitted. It's not snug, it's just fitted. And my pants, I'm wearing a 32 inch waist now. So I actually fit in one leg of those pants in that formal suit. What got me to where I am today? First stage was at Rock Stedford. I just started getting active. So as a consequence of being active, I lost some weight. Then in year 11, 12, I started taking salsa lessons. Now, because these lessons were something that my body wasn't used to, I dropped weight like that. Within 6 weeks, I had dropped so much weight. The next stage that I went through was at TAFE. Now, when I went to TAFE, I did a certificate for musical theatre, and going to seminars and workshops, I saw what the industry demanded and it wasn't what I looked like at the time. So it was at that point that I made the decision that I needed to consciously lose weight. And this was the first time I actually made a conscious decision to lose weight, purely because of vanity. Like, I mean, the entertainment industry is all about how you look. The same went for musical theatre. At TAFE, I was already doing 20 hours of dance a week. In the whole school week, I was doing 20 hours of dance. So on top of that, I took 2 classes outside. I was doing a JFH and a ballroom Latin class. So that went for an hour each. That's 22 hours of dance already in my week. On top of that, I'd get up at 5 in the morning and walk to the local oval, which was a kilometre. That would be 1 warm-up. Then I would do sprints around the oval, 2.5 laps of 800 meters, so that got me to 2 kilometers of sprints. And if I couldn't sprint, I'd just run. I wouldn't jog. I'd make sure it was either a run or a sprint. And then I would jog back home as my cool down. So that's 4 kilometers of running right there. Then when I got home, I would do 15 minutes of stretching, and then I would do weights. So with the weights, I'd do a split program of muscle groups. I would focus on 2 muscle groups every day, opposing whether it was back and abs, or chest and legs, or arms and abs. There would always be 2 different areas. So when I did the next day, it'd be 2 other areas that would conflict with what I had done the day before. And then it wasn't until my first year here in Sydney that I moved back down that I went swimming every day. For the first week that I started swimming, I started off doing 500 meters, and then as the days went on in that week, I slowly built up to 1K, and then 1K became my minimum. Every day that I went after that, I'd build myself up to 1.5k, and then once I hit that 1.5k, it was then up to me to decide whether I could do 1 or 1.5 or somewhere in between. But my 1k was my minimum, 1.5 was my goal, and some days I'd do 1.5, other days I'd just do 1, but it just depended on how I felt that day. At TAFE, I was on a bad eating plan. It helped me lose weight though, but it was the wrong way to go about it. I ate tuna and rice for every meal. I know, it got boring, but it sustained me for long enough so I could eat six times a day, which was good, but I will say that I didn't have any vegetables, which was a bad no-no. Have your vegetables. While I was doing my swimming stuff, my eating plan was much more balanced, much more healthier. Meat, carb, vegetables and fruits and nuts. I relied heavily on almonds for my snacks. So I had 3 main meals and then 3 snacks, and usually my snacks were either fruit or almond. Now I've done a personal training course and my Cert 3 in fitness, which is group fitness instruction, and now I teach at a gym and I work at a gym and I manage at a gym. That's where I am today. I'm down to 13% body fat, although all the bad choices that I've made in my life have left me with stretch marks. I don't know if you can see this, but I've got stretch marks here, all down my torso, my belly, even here on my arms. I've just got stretch marks everywhere because I lost weight really fast and I gained weight really fast. I fluctuated throughout my whole life. The main reasons of me getting fat to begin with was, one, cultural. Living in a Filipino house, our main diet was just meat and rice, and barely any vegetables in there. So not a lot of nutrition. Another thing was depression. I was diagnosed with depression when I was around 10, 11, 12 years old, so I would eat and it was an emotional eating pattern and it was comfort food. And 3, no exercise. I just didn't exercise, so therefore I gained weight. So that's my weight loss story. My aim is to get down to 10%, so I've only got a little bit to go, but still hard work. If you have any comments or questions, leave it in the crunch bar down below. Hit the like button if you like this video, and hit the subscribe button if you like to see all my other videos, and that's it. If you have a weight loss story or you want to ask me any questions about weight loss or muscle gain or any personal training and fitness stuff, leave it down below and I'll reply back to you when I get it. I'll catch you in the next video.